they are a dumpster pile.
I think if there's any way that they've survived at this point and managed in the market and had investors, is that maybe the only thing they are good at is painting a pretty picture. They can paint a pretty
Yeah.
picture. I mean, there was a post. I don't have it pulled up. I'm just remembering it now. But they had some kind of post or something that they put out about the virtual Le Mans 24, and there's no doubt if you've observed the virtual Le Mans 24, which fucked us over in iRacing yet again, fucked us over. We've talked about it ad nauseum, but they make that look like the biggest thing in sim racing for the year, hands down.
Mm-hmm.
They make it look like that. But we all saw where Max Verstappen was pissed, where it just doesn't look good. We all try to look at it. We've all tried. We've tried to get into that R Factor side, and to sit there and watch it as appointment sim racing viewing at the top tier, it just doesn't meet what we want. It doesn't pass the eye test. It doesn't look good, and then the quality drops out. It's just not where it needs to be. But
the only thing good I can say about R Factor 2 is that somebody did create the pit race complex as a drivable track as a mod. Outside of that, nothing. Yeah, I think I drove it like once or twice, and that was about it. But no, it's definitely frustrating, and again, we've gone over it before in the past that just that the way that they represent sim racing to the masses is just it's an embarrassment.
They can paint that pretty picture with NASCAR titles, with now Le Mans exclusivity. I mean, I'm certain that to somebody in IndyCar, they were able to make a pitch, a Shark Tank like pitch that was, look at what we have. We're the top tier. We're the best. Somebody must have been fooled by this.
Well, did you hear in that little conference thing he did? He was like, there hasn't been a standalone IndyCar game produced in 10 years. Yeah. So, again, painting the picture.
Painting the picture. Yeah.
Maybe.
Very good observation. He's sitting there. Right. They're sitting there putting bright paint on a painting that's been finger painted with fecal matter. I mean, for fuck's sake. He's sitting there saying, we have nothing for you this year. We have nothing for you this year, but some updates. Oh, God, updates. Oh, Jesus. We got updates for you this year. Please give us more capital. But the pinnacle, standalone. I don't care about standalone. I mean, no. that is ignoring that iRacing's had a perfectly competent IndyCar with going from generation to generation, all the way from they did not miss a beat on the aero screen, iRacing. Mm-hmm. I mean, they brought the aero screen in. The sounds are right. I mean, I've been to a ton of IndyCar races the last couple of years. The sound is great. The look is great. I mean, I've watched it. I've obviously not driven an IndyCar, but everything else through my senses, it passes the test. I don't need a standalone arcade shit game from Motorsport Games and whatever they have going on. Can you tell I'm fired up? Can you?
Yeah.
I don't care if it's standalone. I don't care what it is. I don't need it. We don't need it.
No. I mean, we probably won't get it anyway. So because I think I don't know how, but if they're not going to produce this game until next year, I mean, who's to say that they don't just go under later this year? With how shitty they've been.
That's an interesting thing. So the folks on our community Discord, madsimracing.com, into the apex.com. We got the Discord on there. They've been chatting about this, and we got some smart folks. I want to give them some credit. Cody, Axel, some of our guys. Axel's a money man. Cody's is an analyst, and he's with us at the Indy 500. So these guys are paying attention. And they point out, Axel and them, they were digging into the contracts with the SEC. Like, we were getting links to SEC filings. I give them a lot of credit for that. That's a deep dive, but that's how you're going to predict where this is going to go. And they found that in the contract filed with the SEC for IndyCar and Motorsport Games specifically, if Motorsport Games files bankruptcy, IndyCar's out of this immediately, and they can go to wherever they want. I mean, if they don't want to go to iRacing, they don't have to, but they can go back to iRacing it seems just like that. If we see some kind of headline that Motorsport Games is going under, bankrupt, then this whole problem could be solved at any point. So
it'd be like Christmas morning
when
that happens.
I'm no economist. I know Axel has a background in finance, and so I'd love to get him on here if we get to that point, almost like a talking head. But it really look. There's a lot of red flags here. There's a lot of issues here, and IndyCar probably shouldn't be happy with whoever negotiated this deal. But it's there. Hopefully, it can drop at any moment. I mean, my God. I mean, who's going to invest in them at this point? I mean,
this is Into the Apex Motorsport Podcast Network.